Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Colleen. How you doing this morning?
Okay. Okay. So yesterday, jumping right in,
Yeah, let's
I
do it.
am listening to our podcast and I am cleaning my bathroom. And I have those gloves on you wear because I wear gloves when I clean the bathroom because, like, I don't know, my kids are gross.
hmm
And I had this idea and I want to tell you about it for your new service,
hmm
which is getting apps into the App Store, right?
hmm
We could do a whole crazy viral marketing campaign where we do something that's totally crazy, like outside of typical B2B SaaS, like some kind of B2C iOS app.
hmm
We could build it in Rails, use your service to show how quickly it is to get on the App Store, and then run all of my crazy GTM automations on it, like let OpenClaw run meta ads and see if we could make money.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. It feels like we have all of the pieces of the puzzle to grow something and distribute something. We just need a product.
Something to right. So we need a product, Joe. Oh my gosh. And so what is so funny to me about this is I've been thinking this. So I am building go-to-market automations for my clients.
hmm
And I do want to talk about that because this was our second week of SEO results. So people are getting
Oh,
excited, which was,
yeah.
yeah, which was fun. Um, but I want to run meta ads, and I have one person I'm working with, and we're going to start meta ads probably this summer because we're not quite ready. I just want to try this stuff, right? Like, I
Yeah,
just don't have a good test bed. Like, simple file upload is not a good test bed for running meta ads. And
right.
so I don't have a good test bed. So I'm like, what if we just did something totally off the wall that, like, we have zero expectations? It would be fun to build. We could use your service to get it in the iOS App Store so we don't have to stress about all of that. And
hmm
then I could just build like OpenClaw meta stuff and we could see what happens.
Yeah, sounds really fun.
Oh,
Especially
that's something.
as I mean, worst case, it's a story,
Yeah,
right?
right? You lose
On
a couple
like,
$100 running ads and
yeah,
your
yeah,
time.
and it also gives me some more feedback on Ruby Native before, the official launch, which is exciting because I'll be able to like be in there in the code and fix anything that happens. We could spin something up product-wise over the weekend, I'm sure. That's good enough. It would really come down to what are we building and who are we building for, and
Yeah.
you have an idea. I saw a
Well,
light
no,
bulb
I'd
just go
like
off.
there's of course there's a lot of like things I'm interested in that are
hmm
outside of like work.
hmm hmm
So I think it'd be fun to build for like personal trainers. Everyone at
Mm,
my gym is trying to start a side hustle where they do online personal training.
all right.
So I know a bunch of people trying to do that. Um, I don't know, like things like that. There's this all like I have a couple like really weird ideas of things we could do.
Yeah, I like the personal trainer angle. I was on a little bit of a tangent, but I have I moved to Portland a few years ago, found a barber like right away, and have been working with them ever since. I go there, my wife goes there, my kids go there, like the whole family goes there. He went on a 6-week vacation to France, which is why my hair looks like it does right now, and texted me yesterday that he's not coming back.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
so he's gone. He's gone. I got to
he's
find a new barber,
gone.
and I'm like,
Okay.
2 months deep into no haircuts. Long story is that I had to find a new barber, and the website that I got sent to book that appointment was one of the worst built things I have ever
Yes,
used in my entire life.
I believe that.
I had to verify my email address, my phone number, put in a credit card before I could even
What?
see schedules.
That's crazy.
It was so bad, and it was so clearly this like, third party solution. It wasn't even on their domain, like the
Yeah,
barber's domain,
they kicked
right?
you
It
to
was like
another
some
domain. Yeah.
other thing. And then you go to the homepage because you want to like change your appointment, and the landing page is literally like book clients, and then it fades into something else, and it's like get results, and it fades to something else, and it's like
My
fill
God,
seats, and you're just like, oh, this does everything. No wonder why the part that I used was awful.
that's terrible.
So, I mean, I'm sure there are a million and one of these out there, but I had a terrible experience with just like this side of it, and I have thoughts on how to make it better. For
Excellent.
sure.
Okay,
For
I
sure.
love that. Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
another idea.
Mm-hmm. Like
And
if
what
you're
would
doing
be
the
fun
personal
about
training
this?
with booking appointments and stuff.
Yeah, like booking appointments. And what would be fun about it is it's not
Mm-hmm.
like we don't have to evaluate this for as a good business idea,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter because this is just an experiment to test out your stuff and to test out
Mhm.
my stuff. So it'd be just like a
So
fun experiment, like a way to make this more tangible.
yeah. So if it's an experiment, it has to have like a pass or a fail at the end of it.
Yes, sir.
For Ruby native, it's like, does it get into the App Store and is it approved and does it not crash? Pretty
Right.
pretty objective.
Yes.
As long as we have one person who downloads it, like we can consider that fine. For running ads, what is the metric you would measure to see if they're like working?
I would want to see that people are buying the app, right? Like you'd want to see. That's how. I mean, I would learn more about. I don't know much about B2C consumer apps,
Hmm.
but I think the metric for me would be if I put $500 of meta ads behind this. What kind of how? I think too with B2C, it's more like how many users do you get. So it's
Mm,
not how many paid users do you get, especially up front. It's how many active users do you get. If I put $500, like I don't know what the click through rate is for any of these, but like if I put $500 in meta ads behind something,
hmm.
like not how many eyeballs, but how many signs up and get active engaged users. That would be my
Yeah.
metric.
So they would have to see the ad, click the ad,
Sign up.
sign up on the website. So the offering for the product itself has to be not crap. If we're actually expecting them to like go through the onboarding and create an account or whatever it is,
Yeah, no,
versus
that's a good
like
point.
if
You
you were
actually have to have a
just
product.
measuring, yeah, if you were just measuring like clicks, it's like okay, we know this is just based on the ad, you know.
I mean, maybe we should just measure clicks. Maybe we should think of something even simpler, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't get
Mm-hmm.
caught up in the details, in the
And building
minutia.
a
Maybe you're
product.
right. Yeah, and building a product that we're never going to turn into a business.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should think of something simpler. If we go after small businesses, so the barbershop
Mm-hmm.
example,
Mm-hmm.
um, click throughs to a wait list, or it could just
Mm-hmm.
be, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah. I do love the idea, not to get too deep in the product, but doing a barber, let's just point out, like with the barbershop
The
thing,
barbershop.
you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get the right person who's in charge of the barbershop, like has decision purchasing power to actually buy that and switch over their reservation system to it, right?
Hmm.
Pretty big ask, especially for
It is a
something
big
that
ass.
with no testimonials, no like support, no onboarding.
Big ass.
Um, if it was something that was way more like single player, where you could get one of your friends who you work out with at the gym who's like wants to start their own side business, and it's like, oh, we like spin you up a website and a reservation system. It's
Yeah.
just, like to get the folks that are going from like 0 to 1 might be an
Okay.
easier demographic because
Oh,
like
and
they can just like sign up and do it themselves without having to like talk to anyone or change
yeah,
processes or anything. It's like it's just a little bit easier it's a little easier of an ask.
yeah. Okay, we should think on this. We should
Yeah.
talk more about this.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a fun way to like do all the things.
I like it. I like it a lot. I think my only reservation is I want to make sure we have a halfway decent product because I don't want that to be the reason that it all fails.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and we're going to be talking about this a lot, so it's got to be at least halfway presentable.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
But
So,
it can't sidetrack us, which is kind of go odds at each other.
okay, well, think about it.
Uh huh.
I agree with everything you just said, and we don't
Uh
want it
huh.
to be a whole thing, right?
Yeah.
It's just a test bed. Um, but ponder on that.
Yeah. I already am. I'm
Okay,
distracted
ponder.
already.
Okay, you're distracted now. Well, I knew if I told you, maybe you'd get into one of those like 48-hour sprints and just do the
Oh,
whole thing.
thanks.
You're welcome. I'm here.
Thanks.
That's what I'm here. I'm just for inspiration,
Yeah,
Joe. I'm
you're
just here
just
for
the inspiration
inspiration.
for me to burn some tokens. Got it.
um, okay, so in other news, so I had this idea yesterday and I was like, this would be
Uh-huh.
so much fun. We should totally do that.
Yeah.
But I also have a lot of other cool things on my plate that I am excited about.
Yeah, tell me more.
So I've been really interested in ads for a while.
Uh-huh.
And the reason I have been interested in ads is because I think SEO is just dying. I think
Yeah.
that and I know there's a lot of opinions about this and everyone is going to have a thought, but I am just not convinced that people read content very much on the internet anymore. And so SEO as a channel is going to become harder and harder. And people are turning to paid ads because distribution as a in general is just getting so much harder. So I
Mhm.
think paid ads are really going to have an upswing. And so I've been super interested. So, as part of that, I've gotten a few people to let me manage their Google ads.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially since I don't know how to manage Google ads. But you know me, I think I can figure anything out, and
You'll figure
it
it out.
mostly works out for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I've a couple people with real budgets, like
Yeah,
real
okay.
businesses,
Nice.
and I am managing their Google ads. So I'm going to set that up today
Mhm.
and see what I can do. And like again, I don't want to be. I'm trying not to overthink any of this, right? Like Monday, Tuesday are kind of like my fun days where I can explore and I don't have to worry about billing hours. And
Mhm.
so I'm just gonna start doing it and see what I learn.
Do you know what your first change will be to all of the like, to their ads? Or, like, what you'll look for first to optimize? Like, what is your
So here's
what are
the
you offering them, like, "I'll make it better, I'll increase click-through rate, I'll lower your
yeah,
click cost?"
but the trickiest thing is like at least at the 2 accounts I've looked at so far, and
Uh-huh.
it's only 3 accounts total, the
Mhm.
conversions. Tracking conversions in Google Ads is kind of a nightmare.
Hmm.
And you don't have a good way to like even know if they worked. Because for example, I'll just use simple file upload because I don't want to talk about, people I'm working with
Yeah.
on here. For example, you come in and you
Mhm.
sign up to simple file upload. I have a Google Tag Manager that's supposed to be going through a custom event in Google Analytics that is tied into Ad Manager. But if you come in and you sign up, I have an unlimited period of time where you can just try the service.
Mhm.
So if 25 days later you upgrade to paid, it's hard to capture that conversion event on that user because Google's uses these cookies that expire in a couple days or whatever.
Mhm.
So you have to get the user and send off a custom conversion event.
Mhm.
And so like just non-technical people setting this up, like it
Right.
doesn't I think it's just not set up right. So that's like
Yeah.
step 1. It's like and there's not a really a good way to test it.
Oh, yeah.
And sorry, I'm like on my Google Ads soapbox. If Google sees that you are not getting conversions, it will automatically stop running your ads.
Nice.
So it's like you I don't know, it's just kind of it's very confusing, especially for people who are less technical. And that pipeline is just not very clear because, for example, if you were to go to the internet and be like, how do I set up Google Ads? You're going to get some people telling you to use Ad Manager directly, some people telling you to use Tag Manager with analytics through that. And there just doesn't seem to be, and Google changes their UI like every day. So it's kind of a mess. So step 1 is just getting everyone set up and knowing we're set up correctly.
And that would be, like, making sure that if someone comes in through the ad, but or no, someone signs up and then 25 days later clicks an ad and converts, they get
Yeah, they get
attributed
credit for
correctly?
that. And that
Yeah.
again, like it doesn't sound that hard because by the time they
Yeah.
convert, you have their email address and you should be able to fire their email address. Or you have a custom event in your app,
Mhm.
but it seems like it's a little complicated. So I'm
Is
trying to
it
unravel all those pieces right now.
is it written in JavaScript, all of this? Like, where do you actually
Yeah, yeah.
make
You just
yeah.
fire off a conversion event in JavaScript,
Mm,
but it shouldn't be hard, but it's like oddly
yeah.
hard. I mean, there's literal like
Conversion's a pain.
literal I have a friend who literally runs a business, and this is basically why he started the business because he was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah?
"No one can figure out how to track the user journey. Google doesn't do a good job of tracking the user journey,
Yeah.
like
You'd
from
think with, like,
first
all of their
touch."
tracking pixels and
I know, right?
all the stuff that exists, I'm curious, not because I wanna try it myself, but out of just pure curiosity if Meta ads track better. Like,
Yeah,
if
I don't
a
know.
different
I'll let you
service
know.
has a better conversion and or, like, a conversion tracking, because I do feel like every website that has ads is sharing a pixel in some way, and it's just, like, sharing
Hmm.
cookies across, cross-site tracking and everything. So I'd be curious to see how all of that actually plays out.
Yeah,
You'd
I
think for
think
all the
it's a
data you give away, it'd be able to
it'd be
track you.
easy. Yeah, they're gonna be able to track you. So I am looking forward to this because I have
Mhm.
wanted an excuse and a reason to dive into ads. So that is also here on the podcast, since part of this is accountability, like I want to
Yeah.
come back next week and be like, I set these up or I
Mhm,
reviewed them,
mhm,
and step 1, 2, 3 of what I've learned is whatever. Um, so that's one thing.
mhm,
And the other thing, I am having a heck of a time getting my website live. I hate everything. I hate all the copy. I'm like, this is terrible.
Oh, man.
So and you know what I'm trying to do? It's because I'm trying to optimize
Mhm.
for something I don't know yet.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like, I'm trying to be like, what is my unique positioning? And I'm like, well, I've only
Mhm.
worked with 3 clients, so I don't know yet. Right? Like, it's 2 weeks. We're 2 weeks in. I don't have like the way to really make it strong is to say I do go to market automations for small
Mhm.
businesses. I do, documentation intake for attorneys, whatever it is. But I just don't know what it is yet.
Right.
So that requires a little bit of patience on my part.
Patience, true, and also just I don't know if empathy is the right word, but you might not have one thing, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
what you're trying to get is not ever going to happen because it's actually you do AI at small businesses. and
Right.
and that means something totally different to the client you're working with and you have, 7 case studies and 2 white papers and it's like, "Oh, this is what she does." But
Yeah.
to try and put it in a box with one sentence, it's like impossible.
Yeah. So I'm having a heck of a time getting the website live, but I'm doing a webinar tomorrow. So I need to
Okay.
have it live by
That's the
tomorrow.
deadline. Yeah.
So I got to do that today.
That's Colleen.is.
Yeah. It's still not live. Maybe it'll be live by the time you publish this tomorrow.
We'll see. Maybe I'll publish today to force you.
Just to make me do it. I mean, I've been
Yeah.
trying to do it, but everything I come up with, I'm like, this sucks.
It's hard.
But
It's hard.
I just gonna publish it because I just need something right now.
Mhm.
Like I just need
Mhm.
something. So gonna do that. So that's my
Nice.
second thing that I want to make sure I have said here that I will do. So when we get on the mic next week. Oh, and
Right.
one more thing.
Yeah.
I just 30 minutes ago, I deployed
Mhm.
my very first Laravel application using Laravel Cloud.
Was it everything that a Rails developer has ever dreamed of?
Yes, Joe.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course it was.
it was.
Of
I
course it was.
immediately was like, it's time for my quarterly reminder to Joe that
Yeah.
I want to build
Ruby
Laravel
Cloud.
Cloud for Rails with
Yep.
him. Actually, I want him to build it. I'll do everything else.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
So,
yeah. You can manage the servers. I'll build it.
oh my gosh.
I
It was
know.
so, it's
It's ridiculous.
amazing.
Yeah.
So good, Joe. Like, why
Yeah.
don't we have this? Like, I don't understand. I mean,
We have
I know
Kamal.
I'm, yeah, right, right. Cause that's the same.
We have
No,
Kamal, yeah.
not the same, not even close.
Yeah.
I just want to come in. I think I tell you this every quarter
Yep.
and say we should do this
I know. I know.
because it's so good. I was
I
in there
know.
thinking though. So two things happened this morning.
Mhm.
I woke up at 6:30 in the morning and I checked my email as one does, and there had been a cert that expired about midnight for simple file upload. So I
Ugh.
already had 4 emails from people being like, "The whole service is down."
Oh
Ah!
my god. Because
So
they're routing their images through you.
well, no, they can still serve files. They just couldn't
Okay.
upload new files.
Okay. So not
Right. It
terrible,
wasn't like
but
they
not
couldn't
good.
get their files. It was not good. So it was funny because my morning was fixing the cert issue
Mhm.
and then unrelated, deploying something to Laravel Cloud. So it was funny because as I was deploying to Laravel Cloud, I was like, oh yeah, but to own a service that has to have 100% uptime would
Yeah.
be incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you had a
Yeah.
deployment hosting service and you basically have to have 100% uptime, that would be a
Yeah.
rough business.
It's also very clearly not a profitable or sustainable business because there are how many, platforms as a service and none of them say Rails first anymore?
Yeah,
They're not even like
I know.
Rails only. None of them are even the one that you choose for
Used for
Rails.
Rails. Yeah.
It's
You
just
don't even
like,
have
we'll
one
do
anymore.
AI first deployment. And it's like, that's
Uh-huh.
all you get.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I have a couple, I have 2 apps on Heroku right now, which I'm trying to migrate over. I
Mhm.
have 5 apps on Render, and
Okay.
I have some a static site hosted on Cloudflare.
Yeah.
That's my like split. And I
Mhm.
was thinking about bringing everything over to Render.
Mhm.
And the cheapest box that I could run on Render for even like SQLite, but running solid queue is like
Okay.
a 1 gig box, which comes out to like I think $25 a month.
A month. Yeah.
And, that's fine for anything that's bringing in any sort of money, but for something that's like literally the demo app for a server
Yeah.
that I just need to
Mhm.
not go down, it's not really viable. So I went down this long exploration of what I should migrate to, and I might migrate everything over to Fly. Fly might be,
Okay.
but I've also just heard bad things about Fly itself, so I like
I'm
don't want
yeah.
to. So,
Yeah, I haven't tried render. Or I tried it for like a
hmm
second, but it wasn't appreciably cheaper, so I didn't care.
yeah,
I have some stuff on Fly.
hmm
It's okay.
yeah,
Like, I mean, I don't
yeah,
know. Like, I would not recommend it. Like, and a lot of it is personal preference with how you like to
hmm
work, right?
hmm
Um, yeah, but I wouldn't move everything to Fly.
yeah. What I've liked about render is that I have that like render YAML or TOML file, and
Yeah,
then that sets up my server with everything it needs. So it's like, infrastructure as code, but proprietary.
yeah,
But what's nice about that now is that I can have Claude Code just write that file for me and then do a git push. Like I don't have to
yeah.
actually, I'm not in the render UI like clicking around and stuff, which is
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it like saves me a couple minutes when I first deploy, and it doesn't really have any benefits at the end of the day. I'm just paying. I looked at my bill. I'm paying like almost $250 a month on services between the three, and I don't think any of those actually bring in money. They're just
Yeah, that
like,
sucks.
like yeah, they're lead
Yeah.
gen or they're demo apps
Yeah.
for products that do bring in money, but directly they're not bringing any money. And I'm like, oh, I gotta cut this that plus Claude Code Max. It's like starting to add up.
Yeah. It's adding up. Right.
It's adding up. Yeah.
Oh, anyway, Laravel Cloud is awesome. That's my summary. That's my
Yeah.
takeaway. We need that.
I know.
Someday we're gonna raise money and we're gonna build that, Joe. You heard it here first.
I know. We're going to. It's just,
It's
will
only
we
been
build
like
it
5
before?
years of me complaining about it.
I
Oh,
would
man.
love to be. That's like the product. Like when you're really excited about building something, you're really
Mhm.
excited to write like that first line of code or that first prompt, and it's like I can't wait to build this
Yeah.
service. I want to be built.
I know,
Like I
right?
want it to be
Let
done.
someone else let someone else to
I don't
do
want to
it.
be involved in it. I don't want to manage it. I just want it to be like to exist so I can use it.
Same.
And if I have, end up being the CXO on it and can help direct the product, sure,
Oh,
but I
this
just
is
want
what we
it
need to
built.
do. Someone else needs to build it, and then we'll buy it.
Mm. And then we get like Acquihire them to
I don't know.
run
I
it for
guess so.
us.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess there's details we'd have to work out there.
Dear listener, if you want to build an entire platform as a
An entire
service.
as a service. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's see.
Yeah.
So we talked about how I am getting my website live today with the
Mm-hmm.
generic positioning of something like right now it's something like AI is slow or I don't know. It's stupid. Anyway, whatever. It's going to be
Yeah.
whatever because I just need somewhere to point people for
Mm-hmm.
my webinar tomorrow. And I'm going to get the Google ad set up and of course like all of my regular client work on top of that. But those are kind of the big fun things that I'm going to do
Yeah.
this week.
Cool. I'm excited to hear about the Google ad stuff
Yeah.
next week. You said you had something that was like 2 weeks in from your
Oh, right.
clients.
I did want
Yeah.
to say this. So this is week 2 of these Google Search Console SEO agents, and people are happy.
Oh,
So it's cool
exciting.
because this is the first week. It starts because it saves the Google Search Console report every week. So now you can
Mm,
see week over week. So like this
smart.
keyword, you increased on this keyword, you decreased on this keyword. Here are your key opportunities. So this is like the second week. So that's been kind of cool. That was cool to wake up to, right? That's why it's so great. Is because you just
Yeah.
wake up to it. It's right there. You're like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
this is
nice.
delightful. So that's cool. So yeah,
Nice.
there's something there. Again, it's not a product. To
Mm-hmm.
me, it's not a product. Like I do not want to
Mm-hmm.
get in that as a product. We've talked about that. But as a consulting kind of like it's like I bring it with me. Like if you
Right.
hire me to
Right.
be your coach or you hire me to do AI in your business, this is something I set up for people.
Yeah, I like
So,
that. It's also
yeah,
lines up with what we talked about last week. You don't want to sell a service or like set up a box for someone and charge them a subscription. You want to give it
right.
to them and hand it off.
Yes, yes,
And
yes, yes.
and that this aligns with that really well.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah.
So this week for me is I think 100% client work for the first time.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Amazing.
for the first time definitely this year. I have 5 projects that are
That's a lot.
starting today. Yeah. Not starting today, but I 3 new engagements are starting today. to make a
Okay.
total of 5, which is they're not like big engagements. Each one on their own is relatively small, medium sized, but this
Okay.
is the most number of people I've ever worked with. So I'll
Yeah,
be
5
really
is a
curious
lot.
to 5 is a lot. I'll be really curious to see how my context switching works and staying on top of everything. And 3 of the clients have like weekly check-ins that I'm responsible for. So making sure I don't like fall behind on those. So lots of notes this week, lots of to-do lists, and lots of meetings to, kick everything off and follow up with everything. But it feels good to have work to do, really,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
for the first time this year that isn't, like my ongoing retainers. So that's awesome. Um, it does mean that like, Ruby Native is put on hold for a little bit, which I'm upset about, but also is not a bad time for that to happen. Like, as of this weekend, I think that the iOS release is feature complete
Okay.
for where we are right now. Like, I can always add, in-app purchases and more native integrations and stuff, but like for a launch, it is feature complete for iOS. Like, you can get this thing to the App Store and get approved. And I think that that's a really good time to let the beta testers sit with it for a little while, gather some feedback. Maybe we run our own app, and like get it out there. And then not next week, maybe not the following week, but like soon launch this thing for real and go at it confidently because I've had people use it and I can like point to apps in the App Store and say like, check this out. This was built Ruby native.
Oh, I love that. 100%. Like, I feel like go to market is always start with warm customers. That's such a
Mm-hmm.
funny side note. That's such a funny
Warm.
thing
Yeah.
that we're like talking about people like those warm people, those cold
Yeah.
people. Anyway, start
You
with
want
people,
warm-blooded humans.
right? Start with early adopters who are
Yeah.
excited and willing to sit through the bugs because of their
Mm-hmm.
enthusiasm. Get 10 of them,
Yeah.
run it through with 10 of them. And yeah, that'll take a couple weeks. Work
Mm-hmm.
out the kinks, and then you literally have 10 apps you can point to and 10 testimonials. And that's when you start really pushing on the launch. And also, I would like to say, I don't think you need you to, I know you know the market better than I do,
Mm-hmm.
but do you really need Android?
It's interesting because I've had 5 people ask me if Android is planned, and only
Okay.
one person was like, "This sounds good, but like I'm not going to use it until you have Android."
Okay.
Everyone else was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah,
Like,
whatever.
I'll use it when it's ready, and that's how I'm looking at this from the however 10 years of clients that I've worked with. Almost everyone goes iOS first, and then
Right.
Android is an afterthought. So I'm
Right.
following that same playbook because
Yeah.
that's what everyone wants.
I
And if I lose a customer because they don't have Android, like, okay, come back when Android's ready. I'll add you to the
yeah, I
list.
think that go do your client work, work out the kinks with this initial group of founding customers. I always like to say
Yeah.
founding customers because they
Yeah, I
sound
like that.
special. And it is special.
Yeah.
Your founding customers, get it in the app store, get the testimonials, and then in a couple weeks you can do a big push.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then you get some revenue coming in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as someone who has revenue coming in from a product, it's freaking awesome. Like, it will really
Yeah.
motivate you to figure out
Right.
what the next thing is and to double down on it.
Exactly. Yeah. And come April, one of the clients that I have will already roll off. Like, I'll be down to
Okay.
4.
Okay.
By the end of April, another one will roll off. Like, they're pretty short engagements.
Okay.
So come May, like I'll have more time for this. And that will be a good time to like, okay, this is either post launch, we're doing Android, or this is big launch. So
Yeah. That
it's
sounds
it's like
great.
it's pretty flexible, but I think that that's okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's an
Yeah.
excellent strategy. Like, this is
Yeah.
the hard thing with this is like being a little bit patient.
Oh,
It's like you
yeah.
want to be impatient when you're doing it, but also you need to be a little bit patient to see it work.
I'm so impatient. I was going through so I released the earliest of access to my paid Substack subscribers.
Okay.
And anyone who had a paid account on like a certain day, I was like, here is a coupon code for 3 months free. All right. Like, go have at it. And I think 20 people responded and were like interested in it and then tried it out. And I've been following up with them. and almost every one of them is doing it on nights and weekends, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like their side
Yeah.
project.
Side
So I
project.
talked to someone on Tuesday, and they're like, I'm like, hey, I fixed this bug for you. Like, OAuth now works with Google or whatever. And they're like, cool, I'll check it out Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, check it out now. Check it out now. So having patience with that has been super hard. Uh,
Yeah.
because I don't have that type of patience. It's like I'm in the code. I want to know. I want that feedback loop.
Of
Um,
course.
but I have set up a ton, which has been pretty cool. It's the first project where I'm leaning heavily into AI to build processes around my workflows.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is I have a parent directory which has like the project name, and then four directories under it. One for the Ruby gem, one for the iOS app, one for like the platform that runs on Rails, and then one for um something else I can't remember, like resources, like images and stuff. But I always launch Claude in the parent directory because it has access then to
To
all of the
everything.
subdirectories. And it's not a mono repo because I have to make the gem public and everything else is going to be private. So it's like this weird
Yeah.
amalgamation where I wish it was a mono repo, but it's not. But I open Claude in the parent directory, and then I have a bin directory in there that has a bunch of scripts that I run. So I have one that's
Okay.
just like bin release, and it
Hmm.
takes a version number, goes through all of the subdirectories, make sure that the git status is clean, bumps the version, commits it, git tags, releases it on Ruby gems, and then pushes it. And it's like, cool, yeah, sure, I could do that on a GitHub action, but it's
Yeah.
because it's across multiple repositories, I can actually say, like, go dry run all of these. And if they
Yeah.
all come back successful, do all of them. And like now I keep everything in sync.
Okay. I like that.
And then I have one that's like called bin status, which looks at the git status of each directory, tells me what branch it's on, if it has any dirty changes, if it's ahead or behind of main. Um, it's just really good for like setting context and removing the fat fingering that happens so often with releasing stuff. Like
Yeah.
so many times before this, I have pushed code but forgot to release the gem, or released the gem but
Yes.
forgot to push the changelog. And it's like,
Yes.
so if I want someone to use this, it's got to be like, tight. And
Yeah.
and and this single script, which of course I haven't actually looked at any of it,
Yeah.
works and is
Yeah.
really nice. And it's using all of the command line tools, like it's using GH, it's using Ruby gem, the gem or gem, I should say. So it's not actually doing any like API stuff. It's using all command line tools, which are already off to me, so I don't have to worry about like giving it its own token or running on a server or any of that stuff, which has been a breath of fresh air.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
I like
Yeah, I
those.
have a bit of that problem with simple file upload because if I want to update it, I have to update the server. Then I have to update the web component, different repo.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have to
Mm-hmm.
update the React component, different
Yeah.
repo. So I like how you've put all those together in shared context. That's solid.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I have like the plans and the docs all and the Claude files all live at the parent directory. So when I open up a new Claude session, it has context on like where everything is,
Yeah,
even though they're separate Git repos.
interesting. Yeah, I've been thinking just about this concept of how we are going to build pipeline and how we are going to centralize context a lot,
Mm-hmm.
both
Mm-hmm.
in my consulting and in my personal work and everything I do. Um, I don't have a solution, but it does seem like we should have some kind of structure where you have docs, Claude, you like you said, you open it in a parent repo that has
Mm-hmm.
context on everything. Maybe the parent repo has its own README,
Yeah,
like its
it
own.
does.
That's
Yeah.
like here's yeah. So yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot with context and stuff because it drives me nuts when I'm switching from Claude Code sessions and I'm in
Mm-hmm.
one. I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
close the window
Right. You
because
don't want to lose
I
it.
don't want to lose the code. Then I start another one, but I want this one to have context of this one
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all that. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. I
Interesting.
haven't gone as deep as like Git work trees because I kind of try to stay focused on one task at a time.
Yeah. I don't like Git work trees.
Yeah.
I mean, I only tried them a little bit, but, like, I didn't like it. Like, I don't know, that's just I guess that there's a lot of, like, your personal style comes into
Sure.
this, but, like, you lose context, and then you have to merge
Mm-hmm.
everything together, and it opens the work tree, like, one directory above.
Yeah, it
which was
has
like
to. Yeah.
weird. I didn't like that because I have like too much stuff. I don't know. It wasn't good for, I prefer just to do it one at a time. It's so fast.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, yeah, different.
Yeah. I have a long running like inertia support branch, and I
Okay.
kept switching back to it to do stuff, and then like I'd realize a bug and like want to switch back to main and like fix it there. And that was a perfect example for or a perfect way to try work trees, like have inertia be its own work
Right.
tree in this. And even then it just like felt like I was losing context. Like my
Yes.
context window had
Your
filled up
context. Yes. Yeah.
every time because I'm keeping track of everything. So yeah, so I ended up just like I'll just use a branch, and if it's a little dirty to stash changes, it's fine.
Yeah.
But one thing I
Totally.
have figured out is that I don't enjoy skills as much as I would prefer
Really?
a script. Like
Oh, interesting.
like I was thinking about this, like this commit process. I'm
Yeah.
describing to Claude in text. Essentially, I gave it a markdown file and I said create a script. That
Yeah.
could have been a skill
A
on its
skill.
own.
Yes.
But I realized that once something like there are definitely things that are better for skills, like what think this way, do this thing versus that. But when I want something that is deterministic,
Stick.
I don't
Yes.
want it to be a skill.
Right.
So
Yep.
I've almost created a skill that generates a script,
Yeah.
and like that's the skill that's loaded, um, which has been really helpful. But the script calls out to a skill to generate a changelog.
Hmm.
So
Interesting.
it's like this
Okay.
nested workflow where like the script is running, and then because it's in a Claude session, it will be like, oh, let me look at the dirty changes and update your changelog, and then come
Yeah.
back. So
And then come back.
kind of like a mix of both. I don't know if I'm doing it extremely inefficiently or token inefficient, but it works, and it's been deterministic for me outside of the changelog entries, which is what I want.
Yeah. So my Google Search Console is a script. And people, there's tons of skills. There's tons of like SEO, Google Search Console skills out there. And for keywords everywhere and Google Search Console, I wrote a script because for that exact reason, like I
Hmm.
want the same
Hmm.
thing. Like I want it to be deterministic every
Yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
I think that makes sense to me in terms of the way you're doing it. I think most people are still just using skills for that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but I think scripts certainly have their place.
And I think that if you're on a Claudebot or OpenClaw and you now have to worry about token usage, going as much script as possible versus skills is going to save you tokens.
Yeah.
Like if your API key is hooked in, you don't want to just like waste it having Claude make API requests. You want
Yeah, for
a bot
sure.
or a script to make API requests and parse it and then pass it to Claude. And
100%.
yeah. All right, I have one more thing
100%.
to talk about.
Yes.
RubyConf is in July.
RubyConf. Okay, where is it?
Um, Austin,
Oh,
Texas,
nice.
I think.
Excellent.
No, is that right?
I don't know.
No, it's in
It doesn't.
Vegas. It's
It's
in
in
Vegas.
Vegas. Okay, you weren't even
Rails
close.
World.
Cool.
I was
On brand.
Rails World is in Austin this year.
Okay, RubyConf is coming up. I understand.
And I'm pretty sure the CFP is due Sunday.
Oh dear.
Yes. And I haven't started anything, which is pretty normal for CFPs. Everything happens in the last like 2 days.
Hmm.
But I'm struggling to figure out what I should submit.
Okay.
I have 3 ideas,
Okay.
and I don't know. Okay, so here are the ideas. Submit something very similar to what I've done at Rails World the past couple of years and Rails Conf, which is how to build mobile apps with Hotwire Native.
Hmm.
And just like continue, it's like a talk I know. It solidifies me further as the expert. It wouldn't take as much time to prepare, but I think it's less relevant because it's usually pretty code focused.
Yeah.
So it'd be more about like maybe how to use AI to take advantage of Hotwire Native. The second is more of what my new positioning is, which is like, what should a Rails developer think about when they're building a mobile app? So that would
Okay.
be kind of like the mobile app framework for figuring out which framework to use for Rails developers, uh, or having it be like, I don't know if I get accepted, but I would try like the internals of how Ruby native works. And then it'd be more of a marketing pitch for Ruby Native, but I would be talking about like how it actually works because the infrastructure is kind of cool, and it's less about the code and more about like how it orchestrates all together.
Okay.
Those are
So
my three.
let me recap. Number
Mm-hmm.
1 is Hotwire. It's just kind of like keep going with Hotwire, which is what you have given 2 or 3 talks on already,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's good because it keeps you top of mind as the Hotwire native guy. That's
Mm-hmm.
bad because it's traditionally very code heavy and no one cares about code anymore.
Exactly.
Um, 2, what to think about when you are building an app. So this is good because this feeds into the new consulting you're doing, which is the kind of like high level deep thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 is internals of Ruby native, which sounds like why would I be interested in that?
Yeah, good question. It's more of the it's less about like the code and more about the orchestration of like how a web view could work and how you could submit to the app store without opening Xcode. But it's all the stuff that a developer doesn't want to deal with. So I guess you're right. Like, why do you want to know that? I don't know.
So our goal here with the conference talk is obviously to keep you top of mind both as a
Mm-hmm.
consultant and now as a product builder.
But probably the former 90%.
Okay.
Yeah. So three doesn't make sense.
3 doesn't make sense, I don't think. I think so your Hotwire native talk, how could you tweak that to make it more relevant?
It has to be how to leverage AI with it.
Okay.
It would have to. And that would be something like if I were to do a live demo, I would be doing a live demo with Claude. Like, I don't really know how that works. I don't know if it's me like showing off skills or it's more what to think about when building Hotwire native apps. So it's less code focused.
Okay, so based on your current consulting, my vote is number 2, which is like
Mm-hmm.
how to think about mobile apps in the
Yeah.
time of AI and Rails, like kind of high
Mm-hmm.
level, how to think about it, how to pick a stack, what to commit
Yeah.
to. And I think that really tightly aligns with what you're doing, which is, does this seem really
Exactly.
hard? Like I do consulting where I'm your thinking partner
Yep.
in making these decisions.
It's pretty
That's my vote.
obvious when you say it like that. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad I
Thanks.
could help.
All
You're welcome.
right. All right. For the RubyConf, board listening, that's what I'll be submitting before the end of the week. You heard it here. Thank you. That was helpful.
Good. I'm glad.
Anything else for this week?
Um, I just want to give a little update on my OpenClaw. I was
Yeah.
so obsessed with it last week, and it's just gone off the rails
Oh
this
no.
week.
What
It's so
happened? The
dumb
honeymoon
all of a
phase is
sudden.
over.
Like honeymoon phase is over, OpenClaw. It's been a week. It just got really stupid, and I don't know
Hmm.
why. So
Interesting.
there's a million articles about how to like prune the memory and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but anyway, I was disappointed. A couple things, like a couple like quick things, is
Yeah.
one, I was like, this is great. I do not want to give it access to my email. Like I'm too
Yeah.
much I'm not a security person, but I'm also like security
Yeah.
conscious, so it's not getting access to my email. I was like, I can forward all the kid emails. I gave it its own email using I think
Mm-hmm.
resend. I can forward all the kid emails to it and have it summarize the kid emails because I get
Huh.
so many kid emails. But okay, the kid emails
Yeah.
link to
To
these
PDFs.
external newsletters that are JavaScript based. So you can't just go curl and get the newsletter. And
Nice.
since I'm running on a Hetzner box, I don't have a browser.
Oh my God.
Like, so the whole thing is like, I'm like, can you, it's called S'more. I don't know if anyone else's school district uses. Basically, they send us an email that says, go read the newsletter. So
Yeah.
annoying. You have to click
Mm-hmm.
on the newsletter, but the newsletter is JavaScript rendered at runtime. So you
Okay.
can't just pull the HTML. So it can't just like pull the HTML. So it has to spin up a browser to read the freaking newsletter. And it can't spin up a browser because I'm on a Headster box. And I'm like, this is a
God.
total fail. Anyway, that's my quick update. I'll just give updates every week about how I feel about
That's
OpenClaw.
really frustrating.
But that's where I'm at right now. Like this was worthless. Okay.
Browserless.com
Okay.
is
Writing
a
it down.
tiny API, very affordable, that will take screenshots of pages
Yes,
after they're
that's what I
rendered.
need.
So
Okay,
I
so
think you could do that and have
okay.
like use the API to have Browserless take a screenshot, and then you could ingest the image, which of course like wouldn't be you'd have to OCR it then, which is of course very backwards. Uh, But I think
but
that
that should work.
Browserless might be able to output HTML because it will render the JavaScript.
Ooh. Okay.
I'd have to look at that. That was what I used that extensively when I was building that OG image
Oh,
library
yeah, that's right.
tool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was built on Browserless to take
Amazing.
screenshots.
Okay, I'll
So
try that. I'll give it Browserless, see if I can connect to that API so it can get the screenshots.
yeah, that might
Um,
work.
that might work. So anyway, it's just like like it didn't remember stuff from yesterday. I was like, what is happening? So I think I just don't know. I mean, I haven't spent that long tuning it,
Uh-huh.
right? It's obviously just a play project. So I'll report back next week.
Yeah, please do. I'm interested to see where this goes off the rails and if it hasn't already.
If it hasn't already. I was like, yesterday, I was like, what do you mean you don't remember my spring break trip? And it was
Oh my
like,
god.
I have no recollection of what you said yesterday. I
Stop
hate
gaslighting
you.
me.
I know, right? Okay. All right. That's all I got for this week.
Alrighty. If you want to hear more, check us out at nopermission.fm. Our email addresses are there if you want to leave some feedback or say hi. And we will catch you all next week. Bye,
Bye,
Colleen.
everyone. Bye.